Lesson 3 for Adobe InDesign focuses on building a newsletter with different page setup sizes. The first thing we need to do in this is we need to set up document presets. Remember, InDesign lets you save frequently used document settings, including the number of pages, page sizes, columns, and margins. Choosing one of these save document parameters, called presets, when creating a new document saves time and consistency. The way you do that is you go to File. Let me get rid of that stroke box. I don't need it right now. Go to File, go to Document Presets, and for this case we are using Newsletter. In the newsletter, it should say Document Preset. The number of pages, type 8. Keep facing pages. Make sure to use the default page size, which is letter. And in the columns section, type 3 for the number and leave the gutter at 1p0, or in this case 0.1667 inches. If you want picas, you type 1p0 tab. Mine automatically defaults to inches. For margins, you're going to need to deselect this link icon. The top margin needs to be 6p0. 6p0. And if you tab, you'll see that it's 1 inch. You'll notice that my link icon I checked on it, and all the other items in this box changed the link size. If I uncheck it, you'll see a line crossing through it. The bottom needs to be 4p0. That changes that to 0.6667 inches. The inside needs to be 4p0, and the outside needs to be 4p0. 4p0, 4p0. Next, you're going to need to open up the Bleeding Slug. In the Bleeding Slug, this top bleed needs to be 0p9. And then make sure this link icon is selected so that all the others are still 0p9. Remember, 0p9 in this case is 0.125 inches. 0p9, tab. It automatically converts to inches for mine. You can leave the slug alone. The bleed values specify an area outside the perimeter of each page that can be printed and used to print design elements, such as pictures or colored background that extends to the edge of the page. The bleed area is trimmed and discarded after the printing process. After that, you can click OK. Each time you create a new document, the new document dialog box lets you choose the document preset. Or you can use this dialog box to specify several document settings. In this section, you'll use the newsletter preset you just created. So go up to File, go to New, and go to Document. In the new document dialog box, choose the newsletter preset from the document presets. Right here, newsletter. And click Create. It says 8 pages, facing, 3 columns. It goes into detail here as well. Next, open up the Pages panel, and you'll see these are all our pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In this document, a default master page, a master, consists of a spread of two facing pages. If you want to see what the final product of this entire document will look like, all you need to go is go to your Lesson 3 folder and double click on End. We're going to be calling this the Carolina Shorebird. Before adding graphics and text frames to a document, you're going to want to set up a master pages. Any object that you add to a master page automatically appears on the document pages to which the master page has been applied. So if there's an image on this right side master page, anything on this right side pages on this document will have that item from the right side master page. You're going to create 2 master page spreads in this assignment. One contains a grid of guidelines and footer information, and the second that contains placeholder frames for text and graphics. By creating multiple master pages, you allow variation while ensuring a consistent design. Guides are non-printing lines that help you lay out a document precisely. For this document, you'll add several guides that act as a grid to help you position graphics. In the upper section of the Pages panel, double-click the name A Master right up here. Choose View, Fit Spread to Window, or Control-Alt-0. View. Fit Spread to Window right here. Mine is already selected. Choose Layouts and Create Guides. Go to Layouts, and you're going to go to Create Guides. Once you've gotten to that point, for the rows, you're going to type 4 in the number box and 0 in the gutter box. So right here, 0. For the columns, you're going to type 2, and for the gutter, leave that at 0. And select Preview. You'll notice our back document changed a little bit. For Fit Guides 2, select Margins. And you'll notice these blue lines kind of shifted a little bit also. Selecting margins instead of a page causes the guides to fit within the margins rather than the page boundaries. Use these guides to help you position and align objects. Then click OK. You can drag guides from the horizontal ruler, the one up here, and the vertical ruler, the one on the side over here, at the edge of the document windows. And all you do, you press Control while dragging a guide from the horizontal ruler to change it to a vertical ruler. While dragging horizontal guides, the guide to the entire spread. Press Alt, while dragging a guide from horizontal ruler to change it to vertical. In this lesson, you'll also place headers above the top margin of the page and footers below the top margin. Open the Transform panel if you don't have it already over here. The Transform panel, you can get to it by going to Window and go to Object, Object and Layout, and click Transform. Without clicking in your document, move the pointer around the document window and watch the horizontal and the vertical rulers as the pointer moves. Notice how the hairline indicates in the rulers corresponding to the pointer's position. Press Control and position your pointer on the horizontal ruler anywhere above the spread. Drag the ruler down to 2p6. You'll notice that I still have inches in here. If you want to change this from inches to picas, go to File, go to Document Setup, oh, it's not File Document Setup, it's File Document Presets, Define, it's not that either. Edit, Preferences, Units and Increments, and then you can change right here, ruler units. At this point we want picas. For horizontal and vertical we want picas as well. I prefer inches just because it's more convenient for me. Next, press Control and position your pointer on the horizontal ruler anywhere above the spread, and drag the ruler guide down to 2p6. You might need to zoom in just to be on the safe side. So you can see your 2p6. If you look carefully over here, it'll say 2p6. So press and hold Control, drag a line down, and you'll see it may not be perfect. I can get 2p6.6, and then all I need to do, use my selection tool, click on my line, and I can change it 2p6 up here in the y-axis, and press Tab. It automatically sets it up for you. Next, press Control and drag 2 more ruler guides from the horizontal ruler, one to 5p and the second one to 63p. So Control, click and drag, and we're going to go about 5p. There you go, 5p on the dot. And then the next one is going to be 63p. So if I press and hold Control, drag it down, I can automatically come up here and change it up here, 63p, tab. And I created one at 63p at the bottom down here. Press Control and drag the ruler guide from the vertical ruler to 17p8. 17 pica 8. Control and drag it to 17p8, which is right here on that first column. You'll see it's right here. If it's not perfect, you can come up here to the x-axis up here and change it to 17p8. Here's 17p0. Here's 17p8 right there. If the X value doesn't display 17p8, place the guide as close as you can, and then with the guide still selected, highlight the X value like I just said up here, and enter 17p8. You can do the exact same thing in the transform panel as well. The next one you need to create is a vertical line, starting from your vertical ruler all the way over to 84p4. I'm going to press and hold Control, click and drag one out, and then I'm going to come up here to my x-axis and type in 84p4. Then press Tab. If you look all the way on the other side of my document, I just created a new one right here. What we're doing is we're making a guide for space for our footer and our page numbers. Here's exact same space for our footer and our page numbers. Now we're going to create a text frame in our master page. Make sure that you see the bottom of the left of the master page. If necessary, zoom in like I just did. Use the scroll bars or the hand tool to move over to that bottom left corner. Select your type tool. Remember, you can press T on your keyboard. On the left master page, click where the text frame over here, you'll see the white arrow is displayed next to the crosshair pointer when you drag over a guideline. We're going to click and drag all the way over here to this side over here, making a text frame from this corner right here to this corner right here. Choose Type, Insert Special Character, and then after you've selected Insert Special Character, go to Markers and go to Current Page Number. A letter A appears in your text frame. On document pages based on this master page, the correct page number is displayed, such as 2 on the regular documents page. If I went to page 2 right here, it will show me a 2. See, it shows me a 2. If I go to page 3, it will not show me a page 3 because we do not have that set up yet. If I go to page 4, it'll have a page 4 right here. If I go back to my A master and double click here, this will say A. Next, you're going to need to add an M space to this. In order to add an M space, after the page number, you click here with the insertion point in the text frame to display a context menu, and then choose Insert White Space M Space. Right click, Insert White Space M Space. We created a gap here. Type Flora and Fauna of the Coastal Carolinas after the M space. F-L-O-R-A ampersand F-A-U-N-A of the Coastal Carolinas. Of the Coastal Carolinas. Click a blank area in the document window in your pasteboard, and you'll see this will be our new footer for this document right here. Next, you'll duplicate the footer on the left master page. Position the copy on the right master page. Click View and spread the window first. So I'll close out of this. I'll drag my transform over into my Pages panel. I'll press Ctrl-Alt-0 to fit my spread to my window. You can also go View, Fit Spread to Window. Using the selection tool, select the footer text frame. That footer text frame we just did. Hold down the Alt key and drag the text frame to the right master page so that it snaps to the guides, mirroring the left master page as shown below. If you press and hold Alt, you can click and drag and it will snap in place. You'll notice it's mirrored exactly because you will see the green lines. You'll see the green lines there. You'll see a green line that goes from one side of the footer to the other, right in the middle. It says, hey, this is centered properly. The problem that we have is now our A is ahead. Our A, which is our page number, is ahead of Flora and Fauna of the Coastal Carolinas, as well as our M space. In order to adjust that, you double click over here, or click to make sure that the type tool is available. You come up here to your alignments and choose Align Right. Once you've aligned right, you can go ahead and delete the M space, and you can delete the page number because we have to go to the opposite side and we have to insert an M space and insert a page number. So you right click, insert white space, and select M space. you'll notice that there will not be an M space immediately. That's how the Adobe program works. But in order to make that M space visible, you will need to insert a special character with the page number. You can right click, insert special character, markers, and current page number. You'll notice that the M space has popped up between flora and fauna of the coastal Carolinas. There's your M space, and there's your A, and it's right aligned. It's right justified. It is a mirror image of this left side. A, M space, flora, M space, A. If I go to the Pages panel, I can see page 1, here's page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, page 7, page 8. Next, we're going to be working on renaming this A master right here. So I'm going to double click on A master again, and I'm going to fit my spread to my window. When a document contains multiple master pages, you may want to assign a name to each master page. The descriptions help. Choose master options for A master from the Pages panel menu. If you go to the Pages menu and see A master, we want to go to the menu here, and once we're in the master pages options, which is master options for A master, you'll see prefix A, name. Well, we're going to name this a 3-column layout. So change this name to 3-column space layout. 3-column layout. You can use capitals if you'd like. Based on, don't worry about changing that, number of pages, keep it at 2. And we're going to click OK. Each document page in the newsletter will contain text and graphics. The main text frame and graphics frame are the same on each page, so you'll create a placeholder text frame. Double click the left page icon of the A3 column layout master in the Pages panel. So over here, double click right there. That way it shows just this left hand side page. You're going to select the type tool, and with this type tool you're going to create a text box from this left corner of the first column to the bottom right corner of the second column down here. You just created a placeholder for text frames. Next you'll add graphics from graphics frames to the A3 column layout master. Click the rectangle frame tool because it's used for placeholder graphics. Here's your rectangle frame tool, and you're going to make a placeholder graphic in this section right there. That's your placeholder graphics. It's from this column corner to this first column corner. You're going to be doing the same exact graphic pages and text holder frames, but mirror imaged on this side. So you're going to be selecting this box, and that's going to be a graphic. You're going to use your type tool, and you're going to make a text frame right here as well. So now you have a graphic and a text frame on this side. You can deselect in your Pages panel in the gray panel bar. Now we're going to be working on creating different additional master pages. In the Pages panel, choose New Master from the Pages panel options. Up here, this is the panel menu. Select it and select New Master. We're going to name this the prefix of B. And in the name box right here, you're going to call it 2-column layout. 2-column layout. From the based on master, we can do based on 3-column layout. Notice that letter A is displayed on the B2 column layout whenever we set it up. A 3-column layout, B 2-column layout. And click OK. If you scroll down over here, you'll see here's B 2-column layout, and it's got 2 little A's on it. Make sure you have the B2 column layout selected and choose Layout up to the top and go to Margins and Columns and set the number of columns to 2. Right here it has 3, we want 2, and press Tab. Then click OK. Our 3 columns just changed to 2 columns for this B layout. Next, I'm going to show you how to override some master pages so that instead of having an A 2-column layout, it'll have the option of a B 2-column layout. In order to do that, use your selection tool. Click within the graphics frame on the left page of the B2 column layout master. Using the selection tool after you selected the B2 column layout master, you'll notice that nothing happens. It's because in this page, for example, if we selected A, you'll notice nothing happens to that because it's in the B2 column layout. Hold down Shift Control and then click within the graphics frame. The frame is now selected and you have overridden its status. Shift Control and you have officially overridden its status. Use the same method to delete the placeholder graphics from the right page as well as the placeholder text frame on the left and right pages. So we don't need this graphic, we can delete that. You notice if you click on it multiple times it will not work. You're going to need to press and hold Control Shift, then you can select it and you can delete it. You're going to need to get rid of the placeholder text frame that's there as well. Control Shift, select, delete, Control Shift, select, delete.